At my birthday, my parents sent a gift box. My husband stared and warned, "Don't open it." I laughed. "What? Is it a prank?" Then I saw it and froze. I didn't touch it. I made a choice. An hour later, the cops were knocking. I'm Susan Harper, 35, and birthdays aren't my thing. No big parties or selfies boasting about life at this age. Usually, it's just a quiet day with coffee in bed, and my husband cracking jokes about getting older together. But that morning, the doorbell rang, and there was this plain cardboard box on the doorstep. No bow, no card, just a printed label with my name. My husband, picking it up, set it on the kitchen counter and backed away like it could bite. "Don't open it," he repeated, pointing at the label. The return address was a P. Box, not my parents' home in Ohio. And the packaging, that glossy seal and barcode, looked too professional, too familiar from something I'd seen before. My stomach twisted as I leaned in closer. Dread hit me hard, not full fear yet, but enough to make everything go quiet inside. I grabbed my phone instead of the box, ready for what came next. When my mom called right after, her voice all sugary and off, asking if I'd opened their little surprise, I hit record and lied that I had. That's when the real trouble started unfolding. If you've dealt with family secrets like this, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment what you'd do in my shoes. It might save someone else. My mom hung up after that overly sweet chat, her words lingering like bad perfume. I set the phone down on the counter next to the box, glancing at Robert, who stood there with his arms crossed, eyes fixed on the package. He didn't say anything at first, just nodded toward the edge where the tape met the cardboard. "Look closer," he murmured, stepping back as if giving me space to process. I leaned in and spotted it, a small logo stamped on the seal, sleek and metallic, the kind you'd see on wholesale shipments. It hit me then, because I'd seen that exact design before at John's place last year, when we dropped off some old furniture he'd borrowed and never returned. His apartment had been cluttered with boxes just like this, stacked in the hallway like he was running a warehouse instead of whatever business venture he claimed. He'd snapped at me when I touched one, saying the supplier was picky about handling. Now here it was on my birthday gift, sent straight to me with no repackaging. Just my name slapped on a fresh label. Robert finally spoke up. "This isn't from your parents directly. It's one of John's suppliers. Why would they route it through him?" My heart sank as the pieces clicked. They weren't sending love. They were sending trouble with my address as the fallback. I backed away from the counter, the kitchen suddenly feeling too small. Robert made us tea while I paced, trying to shake the unease. We didn't touch the box again, letting it sit there like an unwelcome guest. As the minutes ticked by, I couldn't stop thinking about how this fit the pattern, the same old family dynamic where I ended up holding the bag. Growing up in our modest house in Ohio, it had always been like that. I was the older one, responsible and steady, while John got away with everything because he was the sensitive soul who couldn't handle pressure. I remembered the first time it really stung when I was 10 and he was 7. We had this ugly lamp in the living room, some garage sale find Mom treasured like it was antique. One afternoon, it crashed to the floor in a mess of shards. John stood over it wide-eyed, already tearing up, and when Mom rushed in yelling, he pointed right at me. "Susan did it," he whimpered without missing a beat. I hadn't been anywhere near it. I'd been in my room reading, but I stayed silent because arguing would only make things worse. Mom sighed at me like I'd let her down again. "You're the big sister, you should watch him better." John got a hug and ice cream. I got grounded for the weekend. That set the tone for years. It escalated as we got older. By middle school, John borrowed my bike without asking, wrecked it on a dare with his friends, and blamed me for not locking it up properly. Dad just shrugged when I complained. He's still learning boundaries. Susan cut him some slack. The bike had been my birthday gift from them, saved up for months, but they replaced his sneakers instead. Mom always said John had a creative spirit that needed nurturing, while I was the reliable one who didn't need coddling. In high school, he flunked classes because he skipped for parties, and they hired a tutor for him while telling me to buckle down on my own. I worked part-time at a diner to save for college, but when John wanted a car at 16, they dipped into family savings the same pot I'd contributed to. He needs independence, Mom explained over dinner one night, as if my straight A's and job weren't proof enough of mine. John wrecked that car too within months, wrapping it around a pole after a night out, but no one yelled. They hugged him in the hospital, whispering how scared they'd been, while I drove hours to visit and got a curt thanks for coming from Dad. The favoritism bled into adulthood without skipping a beat. I moved to Chicago after college, landing a stable job at the bank, where I handled loans and paperwork day in and day out, nothing glamorous but reliable. John bounced around ideas, a short-lived food truck that failed because he didn't track expenses, then a dropshipping scheme for gadgets that turned out to be knockoffs. Mom and Dad always bailed him out, sending checks or co-signing loans, calling it investing in his potential. Meanwhile, when I had a rough patch after a layoff scare 2 years ago, they suggested I tighten my belt like I'd done as a kid. Last Christmas, they gifted John a fancy laptop for his next big thing, and me a generic coffee mug from the dollar store. Robert laughed when I unwrapped it, but it stung another reminder that I was the afterthought. About 6 months back, Mom called wanting lunch, just us, which was rare. We met at a casual diner near their place, and John was already there, sipping soda like it was planned. They buttered me up with small talk before John dropped the ask, "Could I use your name and address for a business registration?" "It's temporary, I'm between spots, and you're so settled in Chicago." Mom jumped in. "It makes sense, Susan. You're great with details." I said no flat out, calm but firm. John's smile faltered. Mom looked disappointed. After that, the cold shoulder started. Missed calls. No holiday invite. Dad's email hinting I wasn't supportive. John blocked me on social media. I told myself it didn't matter. I'd built a life here with Robert. Our cozy apartment. Quiet evenings without the chaos. But that box on my counter dragged it all back. Robert handed me the tea, sitting across from me at the table. "This feels deliberate," he said quietly, stirring his cup. I nodded, the steam rising between us. They've never sent anything like this before, not even for holidays. We sipped in silence for a bit, the clock ticking toward that hour mark. My mind raced through more memories, like the time John borrowed $500 from me for his food truck startup, and never paid it back. Mom dismissed it when I asked. "He's evolving. Susan, not everyone follows your straight path." "Evolving into what?" I wanted to snap, but I swallowed it like always. Robert broke the quiet. "Remember when we visited him last summer? Those boxes in his hall, same logo." I did, vividly now. He'd laughed it off as inventory for a side hustle, something about importing affordable jewelry online. But he'd been cagey, changing the subject fast. Now that side hustle had landed on my doorstep, labeled as a gift from parents who rarely bothered. The phone stayed silent after Mom's call, but the tension built. Robert reached for my hand. "We don't open it, we wait and see." I agreed, though part of me wanted to rip it apart and confront whatever was inside. The box just sat there, mocking us with its plainness. As the hour crept by, I felt the familiar weight of being the family's scapegoat pressing down harder. Little did I know how deep the betrayal ran. The dread turned to anger as I replayed Mom's voice in my head, that fake giggle, the sweetheart she only used when hiding something. Robert suggested we distract ourselves with breakfast, flipping pancakes while I scrolled through old photos on my phone. There was one from my wedding planning last year, Robert and me smiling at a tasting, no family drama in sight. But even then, John had flaked on helping with invites, and Mom had complained about the cost while funding John's latest flop. "You're stronger," she'd say whenever I pushed back, like it was a compliment instead of an excuse to dump more on me. Robert plated the food, but I could barely eat. What if this is their way of pulling me into John's mess? I whispered. He paused mid-bite. "Then we handle it together, no more taking the fall." His words steadied me, a reminder that my life in Chicago wasn't defined by them anymore. Yet as the clock hit that hour, a knock echoed from the door, sharp and official. Robert glanced at me. "That's not delivery." I stood, heart pounding, and opened it to two officers in uniform, expressions neutral but alert. "Susan Harper?" one asked, notepad ready. I nodded, stepping aside as they entered, eyes locking on the box. The real unraveling was about to begin. The officers stepped inside, their boots thudding softly on the hardwood floor as I closed the door behind them. One was taller with a clipboard, the other shorter, scanning the room like he expected trouble. "We got a report about a suspicious package at this address," the tall one said matter-of-factly while nodding toward the counter. Robert moved aside, giving them space, but stayed close enough to watch. I pointed at the box. "That's it, supposed to be a birthday gift from my parents." They exchanged a quick glance before the shorter one pulled on gloves and approached. "Mind if we take a look?" I shook my head. "Go ahead, we haven't touched it since it arrived." He sliced the tape with a utility knife, the flaps peeling open with a crisp tear. Inside was bubble wrap cushioning what looked like cheap jewelry, necklaces, earrings, a couple of bracelets, all shiny but generic-like stuff from a flea market. Tucked underneath was a packing slip with my name and address, printed clear as day, plus a QR code on one of the pieces. The tall officer scanned it with his phone, his face tightening as data popped up. "These match items from an ongoing investigation into counterfeit imports," he explained without looking up. Robert leaned in slightly. "Counterfeit?" The officer nodded. "Yeah, knockoff jewelry laced with restricted materials smuggled as legit goods. Your name's on the manifest as the recipient." My pulse quickened, but I kept my voice steady. "I didn't order this, my mom called to check if it arrived, and I recorded it." I played the audio, her voice filling the kitchen all honeyed and fake, praising the beautiful surprise we'd sent to show love. The officers listened, jotting notes, then bagged the box like evidence. "We'll take this downtown for processing. You're not under arrest, but we may need a statement." They left with the package, leaving the counter empty, and me staring at the space where it had been. Robert locked the door after them, turning to me with concern etched on his face. "That was too close, they think you're involved." I sank into a chair, the tea from earlier now cold in my mug. "It's John's doing. That logo ties back to his so-called business." We talked it through, piecing together how my parents must have routed it through him to cover tracks. Robert suggested calling Alexis, my best friend from college, who'd become a lawyer specializing in fraud cases. "She can help sort this before it blows up." I dialed her number, explaining the mess in rushed whispers. Alexis listened without interrupting, then jumped in. "Send me photos of anything you have the label, the call recording. I'll dig into public records for that supplier." Within hours, she texted back with leads. The company was flagged for importing fakes from overseas, often using dummy addresses to evade customs. "Your name pops up on a business filing from last year," she added in a follow-up call. "A silent partner registration with your signature, but it's forged, looks like someone copied it from an old check or form." Anger boiled up as I paced the living room, Robert following my movements. John must have done it after I said no to using my address, revenge or desperation. Alexis confirmed the email tied to it was fake, something like Susan Harper Designs at a throwaway domain. "They used your old tax docs. Probably you shared copies years ago for family stuff, right?" I had back when I trusted them, helping with their mortgage refee. Now it felt like a trap sprung shut. The next day dragged as Alexis pulled more strings, contacting a detective she knew from past cases. I met her at a coffee shop downtown, handing over my phone for the recording. She reviewed it on the spot, her expression hardening. "This is solid, your mom's confirmation pins it as intentional." We brainstormed next steps, filing an identity theft report, providing handwriting samples to prove the forgery. Back home, Robert and I pored over bank statements just in case. But nothing showed yet. That evening, my phone rang again, Mom's number flashing. I hit speaker with Robert beside me and answered coolly. "Susan? Did the police come?" Her voice had lost the sugar, now edged with panic. I paused, letting the silence stretch. "Yeah, they took the box too." She sucked in a breath, Dad's voice joining in the background, low and measured. "We didn't mean for it to go this far." Robert squeezed my hand as I pressed. "What exactly is this, Mom?" "Counterfeit jewelry with my name on it." Silence, then Dad again. "John's business hit rough water, suppliers demanded payment. We thought routing one shipment to you would contain it if caught." My blood ran cold. "So you used me as the shield because I'm stronger?" Mom cut in defensive. "You're stable, no kids to worry about, John can't handle the fallout." I ended the call before they could spin more, my hands shaking. Robert pulled me close. "They're admitting it, that's huge for the case." Alexis moved fast the following week, coordinating with the detective who called for a formal interview. I went to the station alone, Robert waiting outside as I sat in a stark room, recounting everything from the box arrival to the family history. The detective showed me documents, a business license under my name, listing my Chicago address as headquarters, digital trails leading to John's IP address, supplier contracts with forged approvals. "You've been listed as co-owner for months," he said, sliding papers across the table. The signature was mine, but slanted wrong like a hasty imitation from a holiday card I'd sent them. "Not mine," I stated, providing samples of my real handwriting. He nodded. "We'll compare. If it matches fraud, we'll charge accordingly." Leaving the station felt like shedding weight, though the betrayal lingered. Alexis updated me later. "They're building a case for wire fraud, identity theft, import violations. John's the main target, but your parents aided it." I spent evenings with Robert discussing options, from no contact to therapy. But deep down, I knew cutting ties was the only path. The police followed up with questions about past loans to John. Turns out he'd used my info for credit pulls, racking up debt in shadows. One night as we cooked dinner, the detective called again. "We have warrants out, your cooperation sealed it." Relief mixed with sorrow as I hung up, imagining John's face when they knocked his door. Weeks blurred into court prep, Alexis prepping me for testimony, though it might not go that far if they pled. John did exactly that: probation, 2 years, a hefty fine, community service, no business ops for 5 years. Mom and Dad followed, pleading guilty to accessory charges, suspended sentences, more fines, their names tarnished in records. I skipped the hearing, reading transcripts later, where my name appeared 8 times. No apologies, just excuses. Alexis high-fived me over lunch after. "You did right, this stops the cycle." Back home, Robert and I packed for a weekend getaway to clear my head, the city lights fading as we drove. But the final confrontation loomed, a video call they requested to explain. I agreed it against better judgment, setting it up on my laptop with Robert off-screen. Mom's face appeared first, pixelated and weary, Dad beside her. "We didn't know John forged your signature," she started, but I cut in. "You knew enough to send the box, hoping I'd take the hit." Dad cleared his throat. "We thought it'd end quietly. You're tougher. Susan always have been." There it was, the same justification polished over years. "Tough enough to be your scapegoat?" "No more." Mom teared up. "We're family, don't throw us away." I shook my head. "You threw me away first." I ended the call, blocking their numbers, erasing contacts, wiping backups. Robert hugged me after. Proud of you." The scar remained, but freedom beckoned. As the dust settled, I reflected on how close I'd come to opening that box, to blindly trusting again. Alexis helped file restraining orders just in case, though they hadn't reached out since. Work at the bank picked up a promotion on the horizon thanks to steady focus. Robert and I talked marriage seriously now, unburdened by family shadows. One afternoon, the detective wrapped it up. "Case closed, your statement was key." I thanked him, hanging up with finality. The betrayal taught me boundaries weren't optional, they were survival. John served his probation, grumbling on social media I'd glimpsed before blocking. Parents did community service at a local shelter, ironic given their neglect. I didn't gloat, just moved forward. Chicago felt smaller now, so we planned the move to Seattle, fresh start, new jobs, ocean views. Packing boxes, real ones this time, I felt lighter. The old patterns died with that gift box. No more crumbs, no more excuses. Robert loaded the truck, smiling. "Ready?" I nodded, stepping into the unknown stronger than before. The screen went dark after I hit end on that video call, my words echoing in the quiet apartment. "You threw me away first." Robert wrapped his arms around me from behind, his chin resting on my shoulder as I stared at the blank laptop. "You said what needed saying, no regrets." I leaned into him, the weight of years lifting slightly, though the ache lingered like a bruise. Blocking their numbers felt final, a digital wall slamming shut on the chaos they'd built. I deleted every trace, old emails, photos from holidays where smiles hid resentments, even the emergency contacts in my phone. No more access, no more manipulation. Alexis called later that evening to check in, her voice steady over the line. "You held strong in that call. It'll help if they try anything else." She confirmed the legal wrap-up. John's plea deal stuck, with probation monitoring his every move, a fine of $10,000 he'd scrambled to pay, and barred from any business for years. Mom and Dad faced lighter, but stinging consequences, suspended sentences, meaning no jail but mandatory classes on financial ethics, plus fines totaling $5,000 each. Their names now public in court records, no hiding behind, just helping family. Alexis added, "The detective closed your file, you're clear, no blowback." Relief washed over me as I thanked her, hanging up with a sense of closure I'd chased for decades. Robert and I didn't waste time after that. Chicago had been home for years, my job at the bank, steady promotions coming my way. But the city felt tainted now. Every corner a reminder of calls ignored, or gifts laced with lies. We talked late into nights about starting fresh, scrolling real estate sites until Seattle caught our eye. Milder weather, tech hubs for Robert's engineering work, and distance from Ohio's pull. "It's a clean break," he said one evening over takeout pizza. Maps spread on the table. I nodded, agreeing as we listed pros: new apartment with a view, hikes on weekends, no unexpected knocks. Packing started small, boxing books from shelves where dust gathered on family albums I tossed without opening. Robert handled the heavy stuff, loading trucks we'd rented for the move. Friends like Alexis threw a low-key goodbye dinner, toasting to new chapters with wine and laughs. She pulled me aside at the end. "You've inspired me. Standing up like that takes guts." Her words stuck as we drove west, the skyline fading in the rear view. Seattle welcomed us with rain-slick streets and a cozy rental in a quiet neighborhood, far from the drama that had defined too much of my past. Settling in brought routine. I transferred to a branch office, handling larger accounts. Robert landed a role at a startup optimizing software he'd always geeked out over. Mornings meant coffee on the balcony, watching fog roll off the sound. Evenings, walks where we planned our wedding simple. Just us and close friends. No family invites to complicate. The distance helped heal, therapy sessions via app, reinforcing boundaries I'd finally set. One session focused on the box incident, the therapist nodding as I unpacked how it crystallized the favoritism. You were the anchor they overloaded, cutting loose saves you. I journaled after, writing out memories to release them. John's endless evolutions funded by parents who saw my stability as disposable. The scented candle equivalent in my life, cheap gestures while he got the world. But no more bitterness, it fueled growth instead. Robert encouraged a side project, a blog anonymized at first sharing stories of toxic family dynamics. Posts flowed from the vase blame to the forged signature readers, commenting, "This is my story too." It built a community, unexpected but empowering. Months passed without contact from them, though Alexis forwarded updates. John violated probation, once trying a side gig under a fake name, earning extra monitoring. Mom and Dad completed service at a community center, photos online showing strained smiles. I didn't reach out, no holidays, no birthdays, just peace. Robert proposed properly on a hike, ring simple and perfect as we overlooked the city. To us, no strings attached. Our wedding was intimate on a beach, Alexis as witness toasting with champagne. Life normalized, promotions at work, weekends exploring, friends becoming chosen family. The blog grew, one entry detailing the gift box saga without names, ending with advice I'd learned hard way. Readers messaged thanks, sharing how it prompted their own boundaries. It hit me then, the betrayal hadn't broken me, it had rebuilt stronger. Reflecting now, I've learned that family doesn't mean endless sacrifice. Sometimes love requires distance to protect your peace. It hurt cutting ties like severing a limb, but it stopped the bleeding from years of being the fallback. If your family manipulates or favors one over another, don't wait for a crisis like mine. Set boundaries early, seek support, and remember your worth isn't tied to their approval. It can save you from chaos and open doors to real freedom. Thanks for listening to my story. If it resonates, subscribe for more real-life insights like this video, and comment below what boundaries you've set. Your experiences might help someone else.